discussing this Messiah that the breakers, the nawaqis of wudu is if any najasat is expelled from the body, right? Then that will break the wudu. So read the new text, inshallah. You read this والدم والقيح إذا خرج من البدن فتجاوز. But we finish, ne? والقيء ملء الفم. We finish it. Okay, just read it part again. We start from there just to bring you up to speed. Can you explain it? Right, very good. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والدم والقيح إذا خرج من البدن فتجاوز إلى موضع يلحق بالتطهير. So what he's saying there is this, yeah? Blood, pus, whatever, when it comes out from the body, it exits the body, right? And it goes to a place that you have to wash it in either ghusl or in wudu. Then your wudu breaks. Like I tell you, as long as the blood remains in the mouth of the wound, wudu will not break. And if you look at it, this is similar to the masa of najasat. You know, you got your najas, like if you look at stool, it is in your bowels, right? If you look at urine, it is in your bladder. When it comes out and it passes to a portion, you have to wash your wudu break. Same thing here. When this comes out, the blood comes out of from underneath your skin and it comes to that portion of the skin that you have to wash it, then also your wudu will break. So just to understand this masla nicely, just think like how you expel najasat via your front passage and your back passage, then wudu breaks. Just think like this. If you expel blood from any place of your body, also your wudu breaks. And there is ample proof. There is sufficient proof to prove that blood is najis also. Maybe it doesn't come in Hidayah Sharif, but if you look at the Mutawwalat, the longer kitabs, you'll see this ample proof to say that uh, your blood becomes, blood is also najis. I read the next one. Right. The next one, he says here, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, وَالْقَيْءُ مِلْءُ الْفَمِ, to vomit a mouthful as well. So if you vomit lesser than a mouthful, your wudu does not break, right? See there, وَالْقَيْءُ مِلْءُ الْفَمِ, it must be a mouthful. And what is a mouthful? I told you a mouthful is that where you cannot contain it. It comes so much, that you cannot contain it. You cannot contain it, right? Read the next ibarat. So that much will break your wudu, and that much will also be najis. If you vomit lesser than that, it will not break your wudu, and it will not be najis. Carry on. لا ينقض ولا ينقض الوضوء. Right, Imam Shafi's opinion, وقال الشافعي الخارج من غير السبيلين لا ينقض الوضوء. So Imam Shafi is, you can say, the most lenient in this masla here. He's saying that the only time you Assalamu alaikum. Are we on track? Okay, okay. Yeah, most lenient. They say only things that comes from the. So that would mean vomiting at all doesn't break wudu. Am I right or wrong? That would mean um, bleeding from the wound or bleeding or even vomiting blood also wouldn't break wudu, right? Or in the Hanafi method of your eye, and while your eye is paining also, then that will break wudu. So according to Shafi method, that wouldn't nullify the wudu as well, right? So understood, right? The Imam Shafi says only that which comes from the front passage or the back passage. Will read the next Ibarat. Now we're giving our proof. Yeah, this is the Imam Shafi's proof. لما روي عنه وسلم قاع فلم يتوضأ. It says once Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam he vomited and he did not make wudu. So that's their proof to say wudu is not nullified, right? Read, you understood that? What's their reasoning? So our answers could be several. Maybe it was a little vomit because we also say little vomit doesn't break. Or another answer we could say maybe if you never make wudu that minute, you could have made wudu at a later stage, right? Several answers. But anyway, read the next one. Right, interesting. What I say here is this here. You see, لأن غسل غير موضع الإصابة أمر تعبدي فيقتصر على مورد الشرع وهو المخرج المعتاد. This is now the logical reason um, this is the logical reason of Imam Shafi. ولأن غسل غير موضع الإصابة أمر تعبدي فيقتصر على مورد الشرع وهو المخرج المعتاد. Imam Shafi saying, look here, see, listen nicely here. When you make wudu, right? Then when you make wudu, that comes out from your back passage or front passage, right? You wash your forelimbs. What you do? You wash your forelimbs. Now, washing your forelimbs, when dirt comes out from, it's an illogical thing. What is it? So when something is illogical, you just accept it as it is. You don't further extrapolate on it. So he's saying, look here, uh, urine coming out, stool coming out, etc., is an illogical thing, right? So we come out, the stool come out, you must make wudu. We won't further extend that to when blood come out, when pus come out, etc. So I told you there's a principle. ما لا يدرك بالقياس يختصر على موضعه. Understood? ولأن غسل موضع الإصابة, if you look, washing لأن غسل موضع الإصابة أمر تعبدي, right? Right? Yeah. Of besides whether the najasa touched it, that is washing the arms, washing the face. It's such a logical thing. غسل غير موضع إصابة أمر تعبدي. It is تعبدي means it's a matter of worship. We just accepted verbatim from the Shariah. We don't uh, 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 further extrapolate, or we don't further it, right? Are you with me so far? فيقتصر على وهو المخرج المعتاد. And the logical thing is you must watch the place where the najat will come out. So Imam Shafi gave you two proofs. We're going to answer both proofs. One is that that Nabi Sallam made wudu, vomited, and he didn't make wudu. And the second one was that Nabi that to wash the limbs is not a logical thing. The logical thing is you should wash where the najasa came out. So this is not something which is logical. So it must be restricted to the places which Sharia explicitly mentioned, which is the expelling of urine and expelling of stool. Are you with me? Read the next ibarat. Right. First proof. Our first proof to show that no, that wudu is not only from what the najasa that comes out from the front passage or back passage. وَلَنَا قَوْسَ الْوُضُوءُ مِنْ كُلِّ دَمٍ سَائِلٍ. Nabi Sallallahu said that wudu is from every flowing blood. So that means if blood flows from your body, and see in the Quran, Allah tells you, "Oh, dama masfuha," blood that has been shed. So this, so and in there, Allah Ta'ala says that the blood that has been shed is najis blood. So that shows you if the najis blood being expelled from the body means the wudu breaks. Are you with me? So that's clear. وَلَنَا قَوْلُ السَّلَامِ الْوُضُوءُ مِنْ كُلٍ دَمٍ سَائِلٍ. That wudu is from every flowing blood. Read next one. Oh, ra'ufa. You don't have ra'ufa? You're right. Another clear hadith. وقول السلام من قاء, that person who vomits, أو رأف, he has nosebleed, في صلاة, in his salat, فلينصرف, he should move, وليتوضأ وَلْيَبْنِي عَلَى الصَّلَاةِ مَا لَمْ يَتَكَلَّمْ, and he should build on his salat. Okay, the salat of bina, the masjid of bina, we will discuss this in detail. It will come later on. Those that were with us last year, they will remember that if your wudu break and you never talk, you never do anything of that broke the mask or negates the mask, you just make a fresh wudu and you can build onto your salat. But that's a separate issue. But our main point of concern is here, man qa'a. So the reason, if you vomit, you have to move away and make wudu. What does it show you? It breaks. Oh, Ra'ufa, if you have nosebleed, what does it show you? But Yansarif, you should go to the back and you should make wudu. Right? Are you with me? So, this hadith is pretty clear. This hadith is pretty clear in the fact that vomit and nosebleed, it will break your wudu and will necessitate a new wudu. And I always mention to you, I mention again to you, that you see one to the deals here, one to proof. Don't think this is our only proof. Inshallah, when you do Mishkat Sharif, you see a lot of proofs. When you come from the hadith books, the hadith book that concentrate a lot on fiqh is Tirmidhi Sharif. Inshallah, when you come to Tirmidhi Sharif, you see in the hadith, you see all the Hanafi proofs, Shafi proofs, all the Mazai proofs. You see a lot of proofs there. So don't see, look at the kitab, hey, we got one proof here, one proof is weak. Or you'll see when you come to the Mutawalat, you'll see a lot of proofs, inshallah. So, but anyway, there we got clear proof. Right, carry on. Read the next one. Okay, before we come to that ibarat, let me explain you the ibarat. We go back one step. Now we're gonna ask Imam, we're gonna answer Imam Shafi. Remember, Imam Shafi said a nosebleed or vomit shouldn't break your wudu, right? And what was his reasoning? His reasoning was this: look here, the Quran and Hadith is clear that when you expel najasit from the front passage and the back passage, your wudu breaks. And when you expel najasit, you must make wudu. So making wudu, washing the place beside where the najasit came out, is illogical. It doesn't make sense, right? So when something doesn't make sense, you restrict it to those places where the Sharia has mentioned it. Remember his reasoning. So we're going to break this thing further down. We're going to say, look here, ولأن خروج النجاسة مؤثرة في زوال الطهارة. Let's break it down. Let's say there's two aspects to the whole thing. One is, when does your wudu break, and what must you do in response to the breaking of wudu? So we say, look here, if you look at the first part, that when najasat come out of your body, your wudu break, that is totally logical. See, if you urinate, najasat came out of your body, so you must make wudu, right? When you pass something from the back passage, you have to make wudu. That's totally logical. If you bled and blood flowed out, wudu break, that's totally logical, because also najasat came out of your body. If you, yeah, they mentioned in the kitab, it's not mentioned here in the Shara, but it's mentioned in the kitab, Hidayah Sharif there, that why, interesting point is not mentioned, but remember this, why do what does a mouthful of vomit break your fast, but not lesser. This is mentioned in the kitab. From a medical point of view, I can't bear you out, but it's mentioned in the kitab. You see that the digestive juices is in the bottom of your stomach, right? So when you vomit a mouthful, that means you're vomiting from the bottom of your stomach. And if you're vomiting from the bottom of your stomach, you're expelling najasis from the body. That is why. But when you vomit a little, it is just from the top of your stomach. So it doesn't have that najasa, digestive juices with it. Are you with me? Right? I told you this is what the kitab is. Now, from a medical point of view, I'm not sure, but this is the understanding of the fuqaha. So I'll repeat that. Why does a mouthful of vomit break your fast? Sorry, break. Okay, that also can be later. Break your wudu, but not a mouthful. When you vomit a mouthful, then yeah, it comes from the bottom. You can say the pit of your stomach, and it's filled with the najis, what you call it, right? So that's why the break. There's another reason here. They say, look here. If you look at your mouth, when your mouth is open, it's like the external of your body. You know, if somebody yawn a lot, you say, hey, I can see what you had for breakfast. Guy yawn like that. So I don't want to, in school, the teacher, hey, don't show me what you had for breakfast. Like if you yawn loud and you don't put your mouth, the teacher says, I don't want to know what you had for breakfast. Put your hand in front of your mouth if you yawn. So this is another deep point mentioned in Sharia. See the mouth, it has two haysiyyats. If my mouth is closed, it's like the inside of my body, right? If my mouth is open, it's like the outside of my body, right? So normally when you listen nicely, when you vomit a mouthful, your mouth goes open. You see you gagging. Your mouth is open. So like that, now what is that? That is the external of your body. So it's like something that came from the inside of your body to the outside of your body. And we know when a najasat comes from the inside to your body to the outside of your body, what happens? Your wudu break. So listen now, we break Imam Shafi'i. We say in the first part that when the najasat come out of your body, that is 100% logical. And that is where we're only going. Here's the second part that when the najasat come out of your body, you have to wash your hands, your face, your feet, and make massage. That is illogical. But we are not extrapolating on that part. We are only extrapolating on the first part, which is 100% congruent with logic. I hope you got that. A bit of a deep thing. You understood? We break it up. Imam Shafi took the whole thing and said, look here, when the jasad came out of your body, you're washing the place when the jasad doesn't come out. That's illogical. So you cannot further build on it. You cannot extrapolate. You cannot say now, okay, when blood come out, you must also wash your arms. When vomit come out, wash your arms. We say, sounds what you're saying is true, but look here, our concern is, at this point is only with the first part of the thing. When the jasad is expelled from your body, you need your wudu is broken. So here, when blood comes out, that's najasa coming out of your body. When you vomit a mouthful, that's najasa coming out of your body. So that part is just 100% logical. We only focus on that. We are not extrapolating on the second part, which says that you must wash a place where the najasa never come out, and this is washing your arms, and it is washing your face, etc. That's what I'm saying. Now look, they are saying, وَلِأَنَّ خُرُوجَ النَّجَاسَةِ مُؤَثِّرَةٌ. So we say, look at the first part, it is 100% logical. The expelling or the coming out of najasat, مُؤَثِّرَةٌ فِي زَوَالِ الطَّهَارَةِ. It is effective in the termination of your taharat. وَهَذَا الْقَدْرُ فِي الْأَصْلِ مَعْقُولٌ. And just this part, right? In reality, ma'qul is 100% logic. We can say that when a jasa come out of the body, it affects your taharat, like to say that when blood comes out, when vomit comes out, right? والاقتصار على الأعضاء الأربعة. Now restricting your washing only to the four limbs and not the place of najasat, your private organ, that is غير معقول. That is the illogical part, right? Right? And we're not working on that part, we're working. So لكنه يتعدى ضرورة تعدي الأول. So when we say that you must wash your najasat is terminated, يتعدى, that will be تعدى, it will go beyond that. ضرورة تعدي الأول, like how in the first part you say when urine come out, your wudu breaks. When stool come out, your wudu break. The same thing you say, we'll take that law, and also تعدى means, متعدي means make it applicable to something else. So we say يتعدى ضرورة تعدي الأول. like how the first one we could, like how we said that with the expelling of stool and urine, that you also have to make wudu. So it's the same thing here. We'll say that when blood come out, you have to make wudu. So that the part that we are extending, that is the logical part. It's not the second part or the illogical part. You understood that? So like how we'll say that yes, because, when najasat come out, you have to wash your limbs. So same thing. This is najasat came out, you have to wash your limbs. So yata'adda darura ta'addu al-adl. So like how when wudu breaks with the expelling of urine, wudu breaks with expelling stool, we said you have to wash the limbs, which is not logical. So the part that is logical is that when blood comes out, when vomit comes out, you also have to so try to do that part. You understand what I'm saying? Carry on. I hope that's clear. Yeah. So غير أن الخروج إنما يتحقق بالسيلان إلى موضع يلحق مطهر. They say now they further building onto the masla of like we saying when blood comes out of a wound. Under khuruj, we'll say the blood came out of your body, it breaks, nullifies you. إنما يتحقق, it only happens بالسيلان إلى موضع, when it flows to a place يلحقه حكم التطهير, to such a place where the law of washing is applicable to it, right? Like I told you, it came out to the wound, it went to the skin, right? Right? And also, وبملء الفم في القيء, and also you will only break with a mouthful in vomit. Why? لأنه بزوال القشر تظهر النجاسة في محلها. The mere removing of a scab, the najasat is evident in its place. It hasn't come out as yet. You understand what I'm saying? And we know you can have 2 kilos of feces in your bowels, or you can have 2 liters of urine in your bladder. Does that mean your wudu break? No. Only when it comes out of your body. The same thing saying that just if you got a scab here and you remove the scab and the blood is still in the wound and never come out, you say your wudu don't break because it's still in your body. Same thing is saying like how the feces or the stool is still in your bowels or how the urine is still in your bladder. That's exactly what it's saying. So the thing will be min al-fami fil qai'i, right? Why only because mouthful? لأن بزوال القشر. Yes, with the removing of the scab, تظهر النجاسة في محلها. The najasat becomes apparent in place, but فتكون بادية. It is apparent, but لا خارجة. But it is not, it has not come out. And remember what we said, ما خرج من السبيلين. That which comes out of your body, that is what nullifies. So as long as the najasat is still in its place. So there's a separate masla. There's a the hadith is I remember this clearly from I haven't studied Abu Dawud after I finished, but there's a bab there. الرجل يصلي وهو حاقن. الرجل يصلي وهو حاقن. What it means in Afrikaans, you knijp. You know, you got a pee, but you're kniping it. So a person, he's got a hard urine and he's keeping it in. Is it correct? Well, technically it's correct because the urine never come out, so it's not broken, but it's inappropriate. It is inappropriate because he won't be able to concentrate with salah. So a rajulu yusalli. So if you've got time, you know there's a lot of time, then you rather go to the toilet, make a fresh wudu. But yes, okay, there's 5 minutes left, there's 10 minutes left. You from amongst those people who wait till the last minute to read your salah, then obviously you rather read your salah in the proper time that it's going. So that's the same thing we're saying here. So no matter how much najasat is still in the body, then we won't say your wudu break. But yes, when the urine come out of the front passage or something come out of the back passage, and then only your wudu break. And something must really come out. It mustn't be something that is in the figment of your mind. Like somebody sent a question, a deep question, somebody's imagining something is coming out, etc., etc. All those will not break the wudu, right? So carry on. بخلاف السبيلين. ذلك الموضع ليست موضع نجاسة ظهور على الانفصال والحدوث. Yeah. So بخلاف contrary to your front passage and your back passage لأن ذلك الموضع ليس بموضع النجاسة. The passage itself is not a place of najasa. It has come from where? It has come from your bowels, your bowels. فيستدل بظهورها على الانتقال والخروج. So the moment it comes there, we'll say your wudu broke out of your front passage on the back passage. Okay, time is up. We'll stop there, inshallah. It's already 48. We will continue tomorrow, inshallah. So a bit of a technical discussion there. I tried to explain it in detail. I tried to simplify it. I hope you understood it. Inshallah. Got it? Bas.